We get to see Monsieur Neuvillette once again. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do for this story quest, to be honest. They're probably just gonna focus on him being a dragon. Or, you know, reasons behind hiding it, or something along those lines. Oh, there he is. My boy.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvillette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
Oh.
That's right.
Alright.
Oh, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards.
But I feel like Neuvillette would make a very good detective if you think about it. Because Neuvillette knew Marcel was gonna die if he went into the fountain. Since, you know, he can, like, taste the water, access memories or something.
Neuvillette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about?
Sorted.
Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own.
Honestly, I'm just gonna encourage him.
No, this is completely unprecedented. How
So?
can we have the Udex acting like a private detective? Hmm?
Hey man, times change. Planning to break into a new industry?
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans.
Ah. Bummer.
Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
The only reason I can think of him investigating is that it's tied to him in some way or the Mezzolimes.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
Yep.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
Oh, damn.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
How could they?
I have no idea why you're so hung up over this.
I mean, we've seen that he, like, really cares about the Mezzolimes, right? He seems a lot more relaxed around them.
I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
That's a shock, to be honest.
Thank you for understanding. I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
That's fair, and you know, I think you should let Farina know because she will probably avoid getting herself into any kind of trouble.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her.
Thank you, Sidine. And there she goes. Oh, there
Judging from
he.
Sidine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events.
Oh.
There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Conflicts of interest?
Come on, stop being so secretive. We still have no idea what's going on.
Hey, we can help you.
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long
drink some
story
water,
short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms.
Oh, 400 years ago. If I remember correctly, Camria was attacked 500 years ago, so that's pretty close together.
There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Carol and Vautrin. Okay.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Yeah.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them.
Don't tell me this is going to be a depressing quest. It's going to be, innit?
The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and
come
Vautrin
on,
being
man.
exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines.
That is so messed up, dude. So you're concerned that you're the perpetrator's real target. Seems like they're using Mezzolimes against you.
All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society.
Because that's pretty much him, like, losing family, it seems like, with how close he is.
I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine.
So he feels guilty.
Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me.
People, man.
Some of them especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent.
Guys, can we please not piss off a dragon? That seems like the worst thing to do.
Once, and I want to make sure it does not happen again.
That makes sense.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating?
I mean, it's kind of a serious issue,
There's
isn't it?
the guards, the Marechaussee Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
But you don't really know who's the one who's threatening them. It could be someone within those.
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions.
Still don't understand it. I'm just letting it be.
However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Okay, that makes sense.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I would assume because he came into Fontaine and then became Chief Justice.
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself.
Ah, okay.
You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations.
The Hydro Dragon Sovereign. Yep. Wait, how do you know we've met them?
Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans.
Born in a human form, though, that's actually really interesting. So there's a possibility that we'll see other dragon sovereigns from here on out as characters.
Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others.
Oh, man.
I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
So he's pretty much forcing himself to avoid deeper connections. But if you put it that way, we're also outsiders to Fontaine.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation?
Yeah.
Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
Don't worry, we'll get you to friendship level 10.
That does not sound like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Yeah, I just want to listen to your voice, man.
I'm starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
We got this.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done.
That reminds me, what was up with Furina? Because she was also really deep in thought at end of Act 4. Neuvillette writes a note to Furina and sets it on the desk.
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of the wrong character. My bad. That was an easy mix-up. They seem very similar.
So Neuvillette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true?
I mean, that's what he feels like. Other people probably disagree with that. But you never know who's struggling with, like, self-worth, that kind of thing.
Paimon feels like he has a kind of skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first.
I mean, he's probably gone through a lot. The remains of the past day.
Paimon's been thinking.
Oh.
You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
I mean, fish out of the water just sounds better.
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
There you go.
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Yep, there we go. Leave it to Paimon to lighten the mood.
I never thought I'd see him here.
Oh.
Does anyone have a camera?
Oh, God, I would hate that so much. Man, stop pointing at me. Leave me alone.
The weather's amazing today.
Oh, look at her. She's just vibing, dude.
Kiara.
Saw, dude.
Huh? Monsieur Neuvillette! And you are?
Us.
Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you.
Saw, dude.
Aw, she's adorable. Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
I mean, all of them are just adorable, to be honest. How can anyone threaten them?
Thanks for the compliments. Is there anything I can do for you?
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
She's taking it.
Threatening letter.
Oh.
Oh, right. I remember now.
Oh, she was not bothered. She totally forgot about that.
The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play hide and seek.
Alright, fair enough. Could just be a weirdo as well, you never know.
But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
You can never rule it out.
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious?
You know, someone who follows you up from behind, someone who always strikes up a conversation, anyone that might be secretly documenting everything a Mezzalim does and taking pictures of you, that kind of thing.
Ah!
Oh, got a suspect?
Did you think of something?
We might have
Nope.
something. Oh,
I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
why? Okay.
Do you still have the letter with you? I want you to show me what it says.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
That's a good start. Thank you, Nivelet. I can't read.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Ah, racism.
A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals anything about the writer's intentions.
I was joking, but I'm guessing that's gonna be Charlotte. Are they concealing their identity on purpose?
We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents.
I mean,
Kiara,
Charlotte...
you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
That makes sense. But, I mean, Charlotte would be like a good source to go to.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on. I promised Alof that I'd check on her place later.
We'll
But
do
you are
it.
being watched right now. Going off on your own could be dangerous.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with
Knew it.
Kiara and make sure she's safe.
Oh, okay, never mind.
With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara can forget about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Traveler. Big Sis Paimon.
Hey, Big Sis Paimon, new title.
Don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super strong.
Yeah. Currently you're not, unless you're hiding your true powers.
All right, let us go our separate ways for now. Please take care of Kiara.
Oh, we're already leaving
Take you to a
him?
lost
No.
place right away. See you around.
No, Nouvellette, please come back.
So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10?
Alright.
I can't remember.
Well,
But I remember coming to the Court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillette. That must have been a long time ago.
that was 400 years ago.
Carol? Didn't Neuvillette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you?
Because you're older than that Paimon.
My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them. Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Paimon sees.
That's a bit of a weird dialogue.
Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
What? About you being more grown up? Oh, it is Charlotte.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us.
I see that red piece of clothing.
Alof!
Oh, hold on a minute.
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Sorted.
Oh, they're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
We're on a secret mission.
All right. Guess I shouldn't have asked.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
How do they, like, search things, though? I would think it would be, like, difficult, you know what I mean?
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all.
Honestly, they make the best, like, detectives, mainly because they see things that we don't. This job suits them pretty well.
That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop.
Fingerprints.
Neuvillette says that us Melusines have special eyes that can see things people can't.
That you do.
Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melusines can see their residual stains for some time.
Ah.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is actually pretty cool.
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
That seems a bit insulting, doesn't it?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a perfect fit.
Gotta use what's given to you.
Seems like they get along really well. Huh? What are you looking at?
I think there's someone over there. Where? Because I can't see. I'm guessing behind here?
Is there really someone watching us? Shh.
No.
Let's sneak over and take a look.
Bro. I can see them. They're right there, man. We're looking in the wrong direction. Bloody Charlotte, man. I know you're here, Charlotte. There you... Wait, hold on a minute. What? Wasn't you behind us?
Strange. Why isn't he back yet?
Who you looking for?
Gotcha!
So...
Charlotte, what are you doing here? Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that threatening letter. But you don't seem like the type to...
Yo, you are jumping the gun, Paimon. She wants to get a scoop on Neuvillette.
Threat letter? What threat letter?
Oh, well, there you go, Paimon. Now she's gonna be jumping on that. What are you doing here exactly?
This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat letter you mentioned.
Makes
I
sense.
only wanted to follow Monsieur Neuvillette and request an interview with him.
Yep.
You want to interview him?
Who doesn't?
That's right. I'm not the only one, you know. Interviewing him is every journalist's dream.
Yeah, the man probably barely leaves his office or the court.
But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia rarely accepts appointment requests from us, and we never have the chance to interrupt when the court's in session.
Charlotte just wants that good
imagine
scoop.
How surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think?
Hey, I'm fine with that, to be honest. We know that Charlotte has wrote good things about us, so we'll return the favor.
Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
Yeah, she's a very respectable reporter. It's better if we kept this a secret.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge.
I see. Well, if you say so.
She knows.
I'll put this
She knows
matter
her
aside
limits.
For now. What a shame. Chances like this don't come by very often, you know.
She knows where to draw the line.
In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell.
All right, then.
Might as well. You tell Charlotte about the letter Kiara received.
What? Someone's targeting a cute little Melusine?
I know, man. Shocker.
Not so loud.
It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her?
That's probably the reason why she was targeted. And since it was, like, well received, she was, like, a bigger target.
I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry. I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me.
I mean, I trust her.
But I gotta
I'll
warn
allow
you,
it with her.
Even if I keep my lips sealed, others will know eventually.
Okay.
Why?
Gossip.
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melusines, so...
There was like 2 other girls over there gossiping about it, so that'll probably be spread like wildfire that Monsieur Neuvillette is walking about.
Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, alright?
Yeah, you too. And off she
That
goes.
was a nice chat. Let's head back and check on Kiara.
Watch her be gone. Oh, Clorinde.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I mean, I'm fine with seeing Clorinde again. Now we just need Wriothesley here.
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty indeed.
Clorinde! What are you doing here?
I know, it's nice to see you.
It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillette was investigating a case with you.
She does just show up out of nowhere, doesn't she, though? Like that scene with Navia badging the door open in Wriothesley's office, and now she just makes surprise visits.
Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases.
That makes
I happen
sense.
to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Is it the clothes you're currently wearing? Because god damn, they did an amazing job.
Ah, Neuvillette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Yeah.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillette.
Oh, we get to see him again.
Okay,
Yes.
then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands. Come on, let's go find Neuvillette.
You love to see it.
How has your work been recently?
Same as usual. My schedule normally isn't too packed, so I have plenty of time for myself.
Yeah, she was having a fight with the sea earlier.
Ooh, then shall we go out to play? How about a beach vacation, like last time?
That's so cute,
I
dude.
even signed up as a volunteer lifeguard. I'm really good at swimming, so I'm sure I can help.
Don't eat a devil fruit. Hello, monsieur.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
Everything seems... okay.
We ran into Clorinde. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
I mean, she's probably like the best bodyguard. Who would actually win between the Traveler and Clorinde? I can never figure out the power scaling in Genshin. I would assume the Traveler wins, right? We haven't actually seen the Traveler have an actual fight.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities.
In Fontaine.
It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
It'll just be a bunch of racists, innit? Oh, you don't belong here, get out, that kind of thing.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
I mean, he's been doing this for what, like 400 years? I'm pretty sure he's fine.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents.
Alright.
After all, I have several
Flex.
hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
There you go.
Well, help you read through them. We have nothing else to do.
I mean, I'll rather not.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Alright.
You're done reading already?
Nope.
Please wait a moment. I still need some time.
I just wanted to talk to you, man. About Wriothesley. The defendant Wriothesley has confessed to his crimes and was declared guilty by the Indus Neuvillette. This is when Wriothesley was convicted. Wriothesley will be exiled to the fortress of Meropide, where he will be serving his sentence. During the trial, Neuvillette remained silent for a long time. Let me guess, it was also raining outside. About the smuggling case. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the Guards and the Phantom. The principal offenders have received judgment based on the severity of their crimes. Please refer to the appendix for the list of names. About the Spina. Callus, boss of the Spina de Rosula, was defeated in the duel and died of serious injuries. This case, okay. The defense of his honor has now come to a close. The defendant did not raise any objections throughout the trial. Man, that whole thing just hit me right in the feels, man. I love Navia's character so much. Neuvillette reserved judgment in this case. Its details are still under investigation. You found anything, Neuvillette?
Have you made any progress?
Maybe?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful.
The Wriothesley thing was kind of interesting.
Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
Man's probably lost count, to be honest.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself.
Too much
If
effort, innit?
memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Nah, sign me out, man.
work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
Nope.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
I mean, after doing something for 400 years straight, it'll become as simple as breathing at that point.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Sounds good. These chairs do look comfy, though. We vibing? This is awkward. You good? Hey, this is just like the first time we met.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something?
So, Neuvillette, what's your favorite water to drink? Which region?
All the silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do.
Neuvillette, I feel you, my guy. I feel you on that.
Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Give me your best water.
Drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines.
Nah, sorry, Paimon. That's not gonna be the case.
He seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc.
Does he, though? Neuvillette moment, can't read that.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
Hell yeah, we're getting the good stuff.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
Yeah, man. We're getting the top shelf material now, Paimon.
So it's just plain old water?
Hold on a minute.
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
Paimon, he's the Hydro Dragon.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated.
I see.
I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water.
Yeah, which lake is it from? Which region is it from? There's different waters, man.
Said water is sourced from all across Teyvat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village.
Yeah, Mondstadt waters just taste of alcohol, Liyue's just taste of rock, and then Inazuma just shocks you.
Here is one of their latest products. Water from Sumeru's Apam Woods.
Tastes like grass. Is there any difference?
If I were to comment on their mouthfeel... the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart. The waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch. While one might call the waters of Konda village... placid.
I see.
Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
I think only you can, mate, to be honest.
Really? Let Paimon try!
Got it, Paimon.
What do you think?
Tastes like water, mate.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
I think he's able to access these different tastes merely because he's a dragon.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Peasant.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference.
Yeah?
How did you do it anyway?
Paimon, he's the Hydro Dragon.
Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
That could be the case.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around?
Maybe.
Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society?
A promise? It was probably due to a promise with, like, Farina or something.
I was just curious. You don't have to answer.
Or the previous Hydro Archon. When did she die, actually? Did she die in the Camria attack? I actually don't know.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Yeah, okay.
Are there really things you can't figure out?
I mean, even to this day, he's still figuring out, like, how humans are.
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence.
Ah, okay, we're going down that rabbit hole.
In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me.
Oof. Man's going for a midlife crisis.
I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Yeah, is there anyone who can answer those questions?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer.
True.
However, they are scattered across all of Teyvat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
Call up Nahida to visit a pep.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean.
Well, we know he mourns like other people. Like, in terms of emotion, he isn't that different from a human. He just expresses it differently.
My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself.
Makes sense.
By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
Ah, I see. So I wonder if it's because, like, a part of his power was taken because of the Gnosis, when the power of the dragons was stolen. So when he was reborn, he wasn't born in a dragon form, but a human one instead.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between.
Because I don't think he can really have a normal conversation because everyone's too busy, like, respecting him, fearing him, or, you know, worshipping him in some way.
That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Alright, let's just hope it doesn't get too depressing.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
Paimon, we had a water break, alright? We're fine.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Read the memories of the water?
Do you mean...
Yeah, so the emotions, the Fountain of Lucine.
That's right.
That's actually pretty big.
The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions.
Imagine you go outside and you just see the Chief of Justice just like scooping up fountain water and just gulping it down.
If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me.
That's
Perhaps we'll be
true.
able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Hey, good plan.
Why didn't Paimon think of that? Come on, let's go take a look.
Because that's too big brain for you, Paimon.
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the evening.
Hey man, there's NPCs that are constantly there.
Monsieur Neuvillette?
Sorted.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
Scoop up that water, Neuvillette. We'll make sure to cover you.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Technically, we should be hearing Furina cry. Should I drink more primordial seawater?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe
Sorry, Osmond.
distance? Neuvillette, what exactly are you...
Oh. Oh, here we go.
Oh, it's glowing!
That looks so cool, dude. That's so bright, please. As the Fountain of Lucine lights up, a wave of dizziness washes over you. What just happened? Everything looks a bit different. Everything looks a bit different than how they normally. I should continue forward and take a look around. Oh, so we've gone far into the past. I wonder if we're gonna see our brother. Imagine. This looks cool. Ah, monsieur. Oh no.
Monsieur Neuvillette.
This is gonna get depressing real quick.
The Court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
Again, that's probably like one of the best uses for them.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help.
Awesome.
Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
Oh, come on,
But
man.
a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world.
So that's what this quest is just gonna be about, just finding self-worth or just finding the purpose of your life. Oof, okay.
For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
It's same as him.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way.
And that's probably why he's so close to the Mezzalims, is because he can relate to that emotion, or to those same thoughts.
I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did?
I mean, he hasn't got the answers.
The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village.
Come on, man.
It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head. And I tried really hard not to cry.
Look at them, man. How can you hurt something like this?
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome.
Man, people are
Different
messed.
identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat.
But it also makes sense, you know? Especially if it's like someone's first time seeing like a new species, that fear of what might happen.
There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
It's mad that even to this day he still thinks that.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I've got to say, Fontaine has been hitting hard.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
What happened to Fontran again? I think they were exiled to the fortress of Meripede, if I remember correctly.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him. It felt like he wasn't interested in anything but work.
Okay, I was thinking of something real bad. I thought he might have been like the cause of what was happening, but I think he's just someone that's dedicated himself to work.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
Fair enough. Bloody hell.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Here we go.
But no need.
Oh,
Man, piss off. Oh, that is so messed up, dude.
hello. I'm Carol, a Melusine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Man, I don't want to see this. Because it's even worse because you know what she did to herself.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Man, screw you all, man.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters. Haven't you realized? Strange incidents have been increasing ever since they came.
I mean, this is the power of, like, just rumors.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillette allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
You know what's like surprised me about Fontaine is how much I've hated like just the people here. The normal population of people in Fontaine. They're up there with the sages with how much I hate them.
Exactly. That so-called Chief Justice even granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I
Jealous?
swear there's some hidden agenda at play here.
Well, they're just built different, man. Leave them alone.
Go away! Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Mare-Chaussee Phantom and solved lots and lots of cases. We've never done anything wrong.
I mean, I respect her for standing her ground, though.
Solving cases? With Neuvillette in cahoots with you. You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know.
I wonder how long it took for people to, like, start changing their perspective. Because this is really bad.
So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melusines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Like, there's literally no way to disprove that. And there's no way to prove it either. But they're using that as evidence to prove their own agenda.
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Trent?
Oh, he's coming in
Aside
clutch.
from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare-Chaussee Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation.
He's a good dude.
There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melusines being involved.
Wow, someone with common sense.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side.
Man, you guys.
Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
They've
How
already...
can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Oh, how could they? Yeah, just a bunch of racists.
You heard that?
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
Because people fear change and the unknown.
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity. And that you inherently bring danger to those around you.
I mean, and this was 400 years ago, so this was very close to when Cambria happened. So more people was, like, on edge around that time.
There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society. Best if you give up before it's too late.
No, man, that was the worst. That was the worst dialogue option. Oh, no.
Monsieur Neuvillette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort.
I respect
I
it.
still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier.
Yes.
Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
I think doing too much, though, can have the opposite effect. If you push something too heavily, people will just instantly dislike it.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
He's gonna help.
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
And people are more likely to, you know, accept them. It's gonna be raining when we exit, isn't it?
Monsieur Neuvillette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusines gain the trust of humans.
5-year time skip, okay.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you.
Oh, best
It won't be
buds.
long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
So he's more of a realist and she's more of an optimist.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Yeah, Fez.
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in.
That's what's gonna happen, isn't it? Something's gonna go wrong and everything is gonna be pinned on her, which causes her to, you know, do what she did.
Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Oh,
yes,
man.
sir.
Okay, got it.
Oh no, that's what happened. Yeah, what are you two doing?
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's rightfully ours.
Yeah, dude. And I think that's why Neuvillette also felt guilty, is because those medals of peace is what kind of set that off.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillette, even with all our powers combined. What if...
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there's no chance he'd take us out personally.
Man, you guys are so goddamn annoying.
There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine.
Just screwed up in general,
So
aren't
quit
they?
worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvillette will be left with no excuse.
Oh no, okay. So I'm guessing Fortran takes all the blame, and that's why he was exiled. And then the Mezzaleme felt so guilty for it, she... Ugh, come on, man.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Oh god. Oh, there's so many people I want to punch in Fontaine.
Turn the murderer in!
Oh man.
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillette too!
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
I hate every single one of you. I hope you all perish and have a terrible death. Yeah, he is gonna take the fall for it.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform.
Yeah, but public opinion is so against the Mezzaleme, so it doesn't really matter. And I don't even know if the Oratrice was around at this time.
They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvillette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
He established like a really close connection with her as well.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll might have thought there was no better plan.
I'm not having a fun time in Fontaine.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvillette right away?
He's just gonna feel really bad.
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
Take the fall.
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young.
Man.
She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. People like her are the most vulnerable to deception and betrayal.
So pretty much he lost like 2 little sisters, then. Man, can like no one be happy?
From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Cold demeanor and tried lecturing her into giving up.
Okay, so that's why he said what he did back then. Okay.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. Because I too began working towards that pie-in-the-sky dream of hers.
She laid the groundwork for, you know, the better future.
I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillette. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along.
But I think this is also their way of getting back at Neuvillette. I think their target was also him.
Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
Oh, so did he just kill these people?
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects.
Oh.
What happens after this has nothing to do with any of you.
Oh, so he just went on a full-blown rampage. You know what? I respect him for it.
I will take responsibility for everything.
I mean, even the other guy didn't, like, even try and talk him out of it. I think everyone within the guards was, like, you know, very close to the Mezalims. If it has been, like, 5 years. So they probably...
You know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
I wonder how many people he murdered then.
Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol, and settled the score with the group that framed his friend.
Man.
Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
So even to this day, people are treating crimes and that as like an opera. I've always hated this part of Fontaine.
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
What?
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around.
Man, you lot do not understand Neuvillette whatsoever. So pretty much they're trying to pretend like they have Neuvillette's back, like, oh look, we were actually supporting him, and try and get into his good books.
Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvillette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve. The benefits are endless.
Ain't gonna work like that, man. A request commotion gradually begins to rise.
Vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds.
I mean, it's still a crime though, isn't it?
Please think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did?
I hate these people so much.
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvillette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent!
Okay, so I did hear the oratrice.
He's innocent!
Public opinion.
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice.
This was probably a really difficult situation for Neuvillette, though.
I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose.
It makes sense, though.
Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law.
Yeah, you dumbasses, sit yourselves down.
Therefore, you will be declared guilty.
What?
Makes sense.
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Man, you're all a bunch of leeches.
Vautrin, my friend. Is there anything else you want to say?
He lost the 2 closest people within a short amount of time. That is messed, man.
Neuvillette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off?
I can't tell if he's acting here or if he truly, like, believes it.
Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillette!
Okay, never mind. He is just... Okay, well, that's not acting.
Since there have been no further objections, the oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin.
This is probably why he feels like an outsider and why he doesn't really want to form deeper bonds, is to avoid this situation.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Ugh. Yeah, it's gonna be raining.
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Man, just screw every single one of you, man. Oof.
Hey, stop spacing out!
Oh wait, did Paimon not see those?
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
What was that?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over.
I mean, this could be a way of him letting out his own emotions. The same way how, like, you know, he cries with the weather.
Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you alright?
Why did they not affect Paimon, though? Yeah, I'm fine.
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine. No emotions boiling over or anything.
I think it was his emotions, though. I would have expected it to rain, though.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That must be so overwhelming, though, right? Sensing all those emotions?
That sounds awesome!
It really doesn't.
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The memories I saw were related to you.
Which ones?
From when you brought Carol to the Court of Fontaine to when you declared Vautrin guilty.
It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them.
That's probably why we saw those memories, because those are like the most strongest emotions to him.
It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt like I needed to do something.
That sense of responsibility.
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying.
I know, I'm on to what he's saying.
Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange.
Wouldn't people consider, like, Paimon weird then? Everyone that we've come across has just kind of, like, accepted Paimon. Like, they may mention, like, oh, floating fairy now and again, but no one's never really had an issue with it, which makes it so weird.
I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated emotions.
But the Mezzalims...
I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case.
Oh,
I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Wait, so what were they smuggling, like Mezzalims?
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
We did.
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Ah.
Huh? What are you doing here?
Navia!
I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, that's big.
Navia! Nice to see you again! Is there something we can help with?
These will be a big help as well.
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case.
Oof. Okay, so that spread real quick.
So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads.
Nice.
We've had unfamiliar faces showing themselves at the Fleuve Cendre lately. Maybe you'll find the suspects among them.
Man, she's such a big help. Aw.
Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you.
That does make a lot of sense. I mean, just the Chief Justice alone out on an investigation would just cause rumors to spiral out of control.
You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information. Then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
Fair enough, so she just spilled all the beans then.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
Hey, gossip, man.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think.
You and Furina are the main figures of Fontaine.
Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
I mean, but after like 400 years, man, you just have to give it up. You know what I mean?
Alright, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Alright, goodbye, Navier.
Neverlet, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad daylight.
True. Because I'm pretty sure 99% of the people in Fontaine want to protect the Mezzalines.
What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines.
It's different now, though.
The same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
It's 100% different now. You've got so many people willing to, like, defend them. Nope. What did you...
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night?
It's happening again.
Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Are they going on rants again?
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
Just spreading gossip.
What? That's it. Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
That's so wholesome, dude. I'm glad that's the case.
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
So they're protecting her. That's so cute.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. We can't just stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do nothing?
Nice.
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
That's gonna make Neuvillette feel a lot better as well. Knowing that she made a change. Yeah, everyone's protecting them.
You've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
Oh.
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Oof. This kind of hitting, I'm not gonna lie.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
You can't ignore that though, can you?
Don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right. Let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
This is so wholesome.
I heard even Nervillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
I mean, fair enough. Take the opportunity, lad.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Nervillette wasn't involved?
Also, fair point.
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
They ended up making a change.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the criminal has been caught.
Come and fight me instead, you cowards!
Aw.
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help.
Shh, look. Isn't that Nervillette? I think he's looking at us.
I don't know how much this is going to help towards him, like, feeling like an outsider, though. It might help, it might not.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wanna go over and say hi?
That's a good start.
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion.
It's because of this, right? That's why he still feels like an outsider, is because he doesn't want to, like, actually make any connections.
Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
Because I don't know if he, like, wonders if, like, he doesn't deserve, like, a relationship with people.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Maréchaussée Phantom. This is the one.
Oh, that's
the list
cute.
of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
It had a little mesolim face on the document.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inika, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial.
How long ago was this, though?
Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders, but who did not participate in the case, will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
SM, that might be a good start.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Possible.
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be
That's
precise.
it.
It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Should we tell Navia about this?
Monsieur Neuvillette, someone claiming to be from the Spina Durasula just checked in with us.
Oh, is it Navia?
He said, and
Oh,
I quote,
never mind.
"We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe."
Oh, that's big.
How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
Navia's just built different, man. She's quite smart.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Oh, is this the group? You all the suspicious people?
Hey Navia, we're here!
So, this is gonna put a lot of pressure on them, just having Neuvillette standing here. Take a seat.
Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
No, nope.
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Maréchaussée Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Ah.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Mate, these three people here are shitting themselves.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
They know they've been caught.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Yeah, you sound like you're having a lot of fun.
Something feels off.
What are you talking about, Paimon?
But, oh well, let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essin here?
It's probably the one.
Yes,
Yep.
That's me.
Hello, fella. Mind if we talk to you for a bit?
You're Essin?
Yes, monsieur Neuvillette.
Why are you so nervous, man?
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
Oh, just... Oh man, he's not even holding back. He went straight for the throat.
I did, but I was just following orders.
Oh? Orders from whom?
Oh, Neuvillette's
Domenico.
pissed.
He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico? Was he the person that was also arrested?
Domenico. Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place.
Hey, we still have our sentence. We can go see him.
Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I'm extremely grateful for your help.
Navia's just built different, dude.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
But how did he do that since the Fortress of Meropide, like, all information is cut off?
Alright then, let's head to the fortress right now.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, continue current quest.
Please escort the remaining guests back to the Fleuve Cendre. I appreciate your help.
Yes, boss.
Such a badass.
That was a close call.
What?
Are we really in the clear, though?
Bro, we're literally standing right next to you. Oh, Wriothesley, my man, it's great to see you again. Sup, dude?
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
Always great to see Wriothesley.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself. Guess we made a name for ourselves at this place.
Yeah?
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up.
Yeah,
let's assume we've
makes
gone
sense.
through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase.
You tell Wriothesley about the threat letter Kira received.
I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Oh, okay, Wriothesley shut that down real quick. But that also means that Domenico, like, bribed a guard, because Domenico would have no other way to threaten the people outside.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he?
That is the case.
To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
I mean, it could be possible those three lied because they were like, oh, are we in the clear? So...
He's got the same concerns we do.
I'm concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet Domenico in person and have my questions answered.
Might as well threaten the man.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's his thoughts on Sigewinne?
Sigewinne!
A Mezzalim named Kira received a threatening letter.
Yeah, and we're investigating. The person who threatened her seems to be imprisoned here.
I still don't know how he was able to threaten her, though.
Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
Oh.
There's no need to worry. Clorinde is protecting her as we speak.
Yeah, they're not getting past her.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Yeah, just maybe a physical interrogation will do.
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. I urge you to set aside any concerns.
Yeah, might need to have Sigewinne on standby though, you know, just in case Neuvillette snaps.
Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Oh.
Whoa. If Paimon were you here, Grace, Paimon would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Bro, you would just ask for money or food.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvillette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and bring him to you.
Yes,
Make
thank you,
yourselves at home.
Wriothesley.
Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Little psycho.
Please come with me to the infirmary.
Alright.
And watch your step. There's some pretty dark areas, so make sure you don't trip over anything. Please rest here for a moment.
Will do.
And would anyone like anything to drink?
As long as it's not the milkshake.
Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that.
Adora, I've got
I'll
Coke.
bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
Hell yeah, dude.
Typical Sigewinne. Concerned about everyone's health as always.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine just likes tea. Tea or Fanta.
Why aren't you two saying anything?
The criminals we passed by earlier.
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
I mean, I didn't really...
Familiar?
Okay.
Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them.
They just look like classic NPCs to me.
But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
Paimon and I will go. You're not exactly a sight for sore eyes around here. Okay, that's a bit mean. But yeah, Paimon and I will go.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Alright, sounds good. Imagine you've been injured, you walk into the infirmary, and the person that sentenced you is just like standing around.
I place great trust in Wriothesley, so I rarely visit the fortress of Meropide.
Yeah.
However, exceptional circumstances call for exceptional measures. I hope I didn't cause him too much trouble.
Wriothesley is the goat, though. So, gods.
Anything you need?
No, we are way too close. The badge you're wearing.
Oh, this?
Oh,
are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
The what, sorry?
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago.
Yeah, okay, that's a very weird time. When the Mezzalemes first came.
We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation.
That's
but everyone treats each other like family. Helping each other is our purpose. At the same time, we seek to maintain just dealings as much as possible.
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever committed serious crimes, and we're not especially powerful either. We're at a natural disadvantage here in the fortress.
Is it going to be one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, we treat everyone like families, but only if you're not a Mezzaleme, you know what I mean?
But people won't give us a hard time if we stick together.
So,
interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network? If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer.
Okay. Help each other, do all you can to further justice. Do not detest, just judgment. The above are the 3 principles of the Mutual Aid Network. All are welcome to join and the membership is free. There are no compulsory group events. The Mutual Aid Network encourages members to do what they are able, including but not limited to cleaning, exercising, tutoring, and studying. It is hoped that all Mutual Aid Network members will, during their time in the Fortress of Meropide, face up to the crimes that they have committed, encourage each other, support each other, and welcome the future together.
Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained unchanged.
Unless it started out as something bad and it then slowly became something good.
Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up anytime.
I don't like it. Seems like a cult, to be honest.
You two look kind of familiar.
No we don't. The badge you're wearing.
It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace.
Okay, yeah.
I've never seen one of those medals for myself, though.
It took me a time. It took me... Okay, I've now pieced it together now. I forgot his name, but it was the guy that was exiled here. So he carried on the work, even after he was exiled. What was his name again? Like Bertrand? Man, what a guy. Medal of Peace?
The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other.
Okay, so I was sussing this organization for no reason. My apologies.
All of us have a lot of respect for him.
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillette.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
Yep, we know who did it.
The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network.
Yep.
According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen any of those before?
Yep, he's the one that gifted them.
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol and Vautrin.
Vautrin, that's his name.
Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire.
Oh, man.
The only one that remains should belong to Vautrin.
Oh. So the network was inspired by...
Just an absolute goat, isn't he?
Monsieur Neuvillette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office. He's found Domenico.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Yeah, have a good talk with him. Hello, Wriothesley.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman, Domenico.
I've got to respect the pause, Wriothesley.
Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillette?
Yeah?
What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Oh, hold on a minute, man. It would be best if we did, but we're not allowed.
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine?
Oh, well, there you go.
Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
We're gonna watch racism spill out, watch.
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Oh.
Yes.
Who is pulling your strings?
Imagine if we just see Neuvillette body him. That would be so good.
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case.
But yeah, there must be someone, like, helping him. Like, someone that's maybe is in a higher position. Because no way the letter he sent would have been able to get out of here.
I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meropide has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But before that, you must ensure my safety.
There we go.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom.
Yep.
They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melusines? Over that?
Did something just happen to my audio? It's showing up on OBS as well. I don't know why it's coming through the right ear now. That's not an excuse, by the way.
My initial target was Neuvillette. Everyone in the fortress of Meropide was declared guilty by him after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back.
I think the only thing you didn't take account in is that most people enjoy their stay here.
But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me.
Yep.
That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? Seriously.
Damn, so he did a lot of, like, work to get everyone's, like, piece together. And that also means that he spread good words about Neuvillette.
In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melusines to salvage things. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family.
So a guard did help.
But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Chiara and force it to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
I'll do it.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes. And that's all I know.
Well, that'll do it.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later.
Well, that's just gonna further his sentence. Well done, mate. And off they go.
So, Monsieur Neuvillette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melusines to stir up greater chaos?
I mean, it was a possibility.
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
Bit of a long time, but...
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
True. But for people that live a long time, 400 years might not seem like a long time to them.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melusines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society.
Yep.
But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melusines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
I think this is what Neuvillette needs, though. Like, having someone that can actually just tell him reality, straight up. Like, Wriothesley is the best person for this.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melusines on our way back to the Palais Mermonia.
People's changed.
Monsieur Neuvillette, the Melusines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melusines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice.
Which is different now because he's even more highly respected.
For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
He's done a lot of work.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces with Domenico.
Tragedies like that won't ever happen again.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties.
See, he keeps undermining everything he's doing.
It isn't anything special or worthy of praise.
It is, man.
I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine. As a matter of fact, I believe that you are the ones who deserve my respect.
Yeah, praise the people that have done, you know, the work, which, yeah, but you've also done it, so you deserve it as well.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
That is true.
I must say that you've made a fair point.
He's literally a main figure of Fontaine.
Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well.
I think Wriothesley just really loves tea. That man's drinking a cuppa like every 2 seconds.
While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me.
Makes sense.
The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an unwanted disturbance.
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Okay, that's actually true. I nearly forgot about that.
I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memornia staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Makes sense.
Well, that makes things a lot easier.
You're not going to?
Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, beat him up.
Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However, down here, such thoughts will put you at high risk. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
So it might have just been a case where he didn't actually want to check the letter, which is stupid. You should. That's things you should be checking.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
Are you the Hydro Dragon?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now, I've heard that you investigated the Mutual Aid Network. Is that right?
That is correct.
Neuvillette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the Fortress of Meripede. They
over?
were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right.
Man, he was doing bits, though.
I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who
Nah,
once
there we
stood
go.
trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression.
I mean, he wasn't lying when he said the Mezzaline rubbed off on him. He carried on her dream. It's so wholesome, dude.
In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
Okay, so it was an act.
What?
Doesn't he hate Neuvillette?
During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
He knew that Neuvillette needed to do his job, but it's also the feelings of like, oh, we were friends, you know, we were that close together, and, you know, you're not doing anything about it. That whole thing is just a mess.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
Mm-hmm.
An act?
Neuvillette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice.
What a guy, dude.
And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say? Now's your chance.
That's gonna really help Neuvillette, though, because now he knows that Vautrin didn't actually hate him. Slowly unravel all those emotions.
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is.
Aw.
Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Thank you, Wriothesley.
Please, take care.
Oh.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation.
It's gonna start raining.
I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Karol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
Man.
But Wriothesley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things.
He's very human, to be honest.
I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Oh.
Paimon agrees with everything Wriothesley said.
He's the only one that thinks of himself as an outsider, someone that doesn't fit in. And there's so many people that rely on him. I mean, just take Furina, for example. I'm taking, like, every player, because everyone thought Neuvillette was gonna be some, like, stand-up douchebag who upholded justice at any cost. But then when we met him, we're like, oh, this dude is chill. This dude's a vibe.
As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler?
I think he's an amazing dude.
Hey, any comments?
Oh.
What I really think is...
Oh, damn, okay. That's how you know it's meaningful.
Every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
Nah. Okay, I'm actually glad they made this voiced. As the Hydro Dragon Sovereign, Neuvillette still thinks of himself as an outsider due to his identity. But so much time has passed since then. Perhaps the line between him and humans have long since blurred. I mean, he's practically more human than dragon, right?
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person.
I mean, recently as well, he's been resolving a lot of issues, you know, with, like, Navia and, like, her dad.
These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
No worries, man. It's so wholesome. Oh. There's the rain.
It's raining! Oh no, Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
Oh, it's morning. Oh, he's sensing the emotions. Oh, past memories.
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning?
Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
Oh, is this when he exiled Vatran?
Is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Oh, man. Dude.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The monster?
The Fortress of Meropide.
Hey!
It's a good place for me.
Sigewinne. It's nice to see him reminisce.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillette?
Oh, my God, man.
You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
Oh. Oh, God, man.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Man, you lot go away.
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day,
Furina.
when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
See what I mean? She sounds. She seems a lot more.
Season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Is that gonna Yep. Oh, look at that. He's such a well-written character, dude. Aww. He's smiling. That was so close to making me cry. Hey, the squad.
Is the matter resolved?
Okay, I can talk about it now, but you see when, like, Furina was talking there, she sounded a lot more mature than, you know, how she is now. And that whole situation with, like, Furina having a curse, I don't know, it's so, there's so much to, like, take in.
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Wriothesley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusine should be safe now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Charlotte might get her interview as well.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our own accord.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, where's Kiara?
She's probably near the shop.
At the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, never
More
mind.
than 50 people offered to protect her.
Oh, that's so
Some
cute.
even hid within the bushes to look out for danger.
Okay, that's kind of
I was worried
weird.
that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy. So I asked her to stay inside the Palais. It's very safe in there.
What a relief.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled.
Yep.
To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvillette.
There you go.
Would you be interested in an exclusive interview?
That's what she wants.
How you celebrate?
I will consider it.
Oh, that's big.
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month.
Oh.
Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yeah, he seems a lot more relaxed now. Oh, she is buzzing.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation results.
Makes sense.
I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Good job, Monsieur.
Oh, an exclusive interview! Am I dreaming? What should I ask him? Don't let anything hold you back. Make the most of this opportunity and ask away.
Where would you even begin, though?
I agree. He'll decline any question he can't answer anyway.
Yeah,
so
Fez.
you might as well give all of them a shot.
Yo, you're sleeping standing up? I mean, that's impressive.
Kiara?
Wakey, wakey.
Monsieur Neuvillette? Sorry, I accidentally fell asleep.
You couldn't have, like, sat down? There's a chair right behind you.
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening letter. You're safe now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
I mean, you pretty much have the whole of Fontaine to protect you at that point.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. My memory isn't that good, so I
Oof.
easily forget things.
Man didn't even get remembered either.
By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now.
Oh.
Where's she gone, by the way? I haven't seen her in a long time.
Glad reopened a wound.
In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara, our dreams have finally come true.
Come on, man.
I can't remember what our dreams were anymore, and I don't know why. But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Her dream was fulfilled.
Monsieur Neuvillette, are you happy too?
He is.
Oh, I almost forgot. Am I allowed to go out now?
Yeah.
I promised to model for Alof.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur, Traveler, and Big Sis Paimon.
He is like a parent, isn't he?
See you next time.
He's so caring. The remains of the past day. You good, mate?
I really can't fathom what goes on in her head sometimes.
Hey, she's carefree. Oh, this is Neuvillette's letter to Furina. Away for personal reasons, we'll be back in a day. Furina's reply. Personal reasons? Oh me, oh my. Has our Chief Justice finally come to his senses? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You should follow my example and go out more often. You need to get to know your people better. Even if something unfortunate happens, you'll still run into a lot of unique characters along the way. What do you think? The human world isn't too bad now, is it? Aww. That's sweet. And that's Neuvillette's story quest done. Man, that came so close to making me cry. But man, all of the characters in Fontaine so far, besides maybe a few that need a bit more development, their characters have been so good. Like Furina, Navia, and Neuvillette, those three have just been absolutely amazing to see. Not even that, you've got like Lenny, Lynette. It's just been a treat seeing it. And now even more so with Neuvillette. I just love how they express his emotions with the weather. I think that is such a unique way of showing his emotions. But there was quite a bit of unique information in there that, you know, I'm going to have to go back and listen to. But I had a blast with that. It's always great getting to know more about Neuvillette. But that finishes up this story quest. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like. And if you don't want to miss any future reactions to Genshin Impact content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you then.